So yeah, this is the writing area. We mostly come in here if we're going to work on a new tune or something. And I mean, obviously it's not as big as the actual studio that we record in. That's much larger, several feet larger in all directions, really. I mean, up and everything. I suppose you can't see it. I mean, maybe will you do it later? You show, yeah. I mean, over here we've got a few more pieces of gear that you can't see right now because I suppose the camera looks this way. Yeah, right. So so mostly we come here if we can't make it to the actual studio because it's a bit farther away, really. 10 kilometers or so, and so we'll come here, and Joseph brings his bass over because I don't have one here, so he'll bring it and he'll sit on the other side, and Jeremy will have recorded some drum parts at the actual studio. Because we don't have a drum kit here. So Jeremy records his parts and we bring them here and we put them on the computer. It brings it on a disc. It's interesting. So we put them in the computer here and we can listen, and then Joseph will play a bass line that he's come up with to the drum parts that have been recorded already, and sometimes I'll just listen to that, and then later, like when he's done, sometimes he'll do 2 goes, 3 goes. I'll bring out a guitar, like this guitar here is one of the guitars, and I'll play something over it, something that goes with the bass part, and then we'll have drums, bass, and guitar all together here, and which is helpful because we can work out parts without having to go into the actual studio, which is farther away. So once that's done, we'll mix them down, just those 3 bits. I should say also, now and again I will put 2 different guitar parts on, because sometimes in a song you'll have the rhythm guitar part and then you'll have the lead, and they're different, like a solo. Like I can play you a bit of one of our latest songs, which is Fascist Animals. Fascist Animals is a sort of a Baroque piece of music. But the lead I've come up with uses some different techniques, a tapping technique, and then some other things that I've personally come up with. But it's a bit avant-garde, a bit off from what people may be used to, but this is basically how Fascist Animals, how the lead goes. So just to show you the difference, primarily the rhythm part for Fascist Animals goes something like this. It's the fourths, the descending fourth at the end is something you don't usually hear in this type of music. Anyway, that's the rhythm bit, and then I'll do the lead. As I said, is sort of an avant-garde thing. So you may be disturbed by it initially, but I think you'll find that in the actual track it's a bit more. It fits with what we're trying to say overall. So it's more of a And then my technique that I've developed, I don't really want to do it if that's all right, because yeah, it's a bit secret. It's a bit, you know. I mean, I had a gentleman come from Guitar Magazine not long ago. Of course, he wants to talk to me and to Joshua as well, even though he's a bass player, because technically it's a similar instrument, as you may know. And he asked me about the technique, and he said, "Can we get for our readers some insight?" I think he said, into your technique. And I said, no, you can't. It's my technique. There's no way I'm going to give it to your readers so they can go off and make so they can make an album with my technique. Right. So he was all right with that. I mean, he didn't get upset. He was reasonable, which was good, because you know, you don't want to have a conflict with people about this sort of thing, but it's good to get, you know, your point across.